TomoNews presents Cows. Brave cow tries to save girl from her family. On May 19th, CCTV captured footage of a courageous cow who may have been trying to rescue a woman from a so-called honor killing in India. Sadly, the girl could not be saved. A young woman by the name of Seema Gujar reportedly decided to elope with her beloved boyfriend Sonu. However, this displeased her father, who requested that Sonu be arrested and put into prison. Refusing to return home to her family after her boyfriend's imprisonment, Seema decided to stay at a government-run shelter for women instead. However, this didn't mean she was safe. Two men, reportedly Seema's father and uncle, later showed up at the shelter intending to carry out an honor killing, the barbaric practice of murdering someone, usually a girl or woman, who has shamed her family by having an affair or otherwise somehow brought dishonor to a family or community. Regrettably, the cow's efforts were in vain. Although it managed to chase away Seema's attackers, her wounds were too extensive and she later died from loss of blood. According to local media, Seema's father and uncle have fled the city and have so far not been found.
Two cow rustlers abandoned a car, complete with 4 cattle inside, in Kulim, Malaysia on Monday morning, after the vehicle broke down during a chase. 2 men drove the modified Proton Wira to a cattle farm in Sengai Lembu, Bukit Mertajam. The vehicle's back seat had been removed to make extra room for the livestock. They shoved 4 cows into the car before making off with them. The owner discovered the theft and reported the crime to police at around 5 a.m. People helping the owner look for the stolen cattle came across the rustlers on the Butterworth-Kulim Expressway. They gave chase, but the thieves' vehicle broke down after a short distance. They abandoned the car and fled the scene. The animals were retrieved 15 kilometers away from the cattle farm. The police are now searching for the rustlers.
Indian teenager convicted of raping a cow to death. A teenager in India was accused of having carnal relationships with a calf. The 18-year-old boy stole the calf from a farmer and then raped the poor animal, causing internal injuries so severe it later died. The police investigated the accusations of bestiality and recovered sperm from inside the dead cow, which was later proven to be human sperm after DNA testing. After the incident, the 18-year-old was committed to the All Indian Institution of Medical Sciences by his parents. He's already made 1 attempt to escape. This isn't the first incident in India this year. Earlier this year, a man was accused of stealing and raping 2 calves. One of the calves later died from its injuries. Even the animals aren't safe from rapists.
New Zealand quake leaves cows stranded on a tiny island. A devastating earthquake that struck New Zealand's South Island left 3 cows in a very troublesome predicament. The small east coast town of Kaikoura was hit with a 7.8 magnitude earthquake just after midnight on November 14th. The quake caused only 2 human casualties, but stranded roughly 1,000 tourists, hundreds of residents, and left plenty of frightened animals. The collapsing earth left livestock at the mercy of Mother Nature. With farmland falling around them, 3 cows watched as their relatives slipped away. Within seconds, the 2 adult beef cows and the small calf found themselves 20 feet above ground. With some help, the farmer who owns the property was able to rescue them along with 11 other cows in the group. While waiting to be saved, a news helicopter flew by and spotted the cows on the island. The reporters estimated the island was about 50 meters by 80 meters across. Having been spared death, hopefully the cows will now be able to savor every remaining moment of their lives before inevitably being slaughtered so humans can savor their meat. Meat.
Marauding cow shot dead after trampling cop. A police officer is in hospital, 1 child is injured, and this cow is dead following an incident in Longview, Washington. On July 26th, a cow estimated to weigh some 800 pounds escaped from the Cowlitz County Fairgrounds, seen here at about 3:30 p.m. It was spotted strutting down Ocean Beach Highway near the grocery outlet about a half mile from the fairgrounds, When officers spotted the bovine, they said it was frightened at first but soon turned angry and charged at one of the men. The cow injured one officer's leg. It also ran over its child owner and proceeded to run into police and civilian vehicles. Eventually, officers were able to tase the cow into submission. They then pumped lead into the animal in a yard down the street. Police said it was an angry cow and needed to be destroyed. Rest in peace, cow. You're in a better place.
Bear takes a bite out of a cow. This video of a bear attacking a cow went viral after being posted to Facebook. A grizzly bear was caught on camera chasing a cow across a road in Wyoming near Yellowstone National Park, before it eventually caught up to it and naturally mauled the cow to death. That's when Blake Clark, the guy who filmed the video from the safety of his car, began honking his horn. But his attempts to break up the fight weren't exactly successful. Sorry, bro, circle of life and all. You just can't stop Mother Nature.
Over 100 prize cows plunged through frozen lake and drowned. Around 100 cows wandered onto a frozen lake in South Dakota last Wednesday and tragically broke through the ice and drowned. The cattle, owned by Mike Carlo, were looking for shelter during a bad windstorm when they wandered too close to the White Clay Reservoir. That's when some of the younger prized heifers mistakenly made their way onto the ice that was just 6 inches thick. The enormous weight of their bodies was too much for the ice to take, and it quickly collapsed underneath them. Most of the cows fell through and drowned in the icy waters. Mike and his brother Pat discovered the tragic scene the next morning when they went to feed them. The brothers have been working on extracting the dead cows from the water, which has proved difficult. Apparently, most of the cows that went into the ice were prized 2-year-old bred heifers. The accident will set Mike Carlo back about $300,000.
Cow takes down chopper and walks away like a boss. Australian police are investigating a bizarre incident that happened in Cowan, far north Queensland on Sunday, in which a cow caused a helicopter to crash. According to police, a 35-year-old pilot was herding cattle at the time. When he flew lower to lead the cows, the rails underneath the helicopter hooked onto a cow's horns, causing it to lose balance. The chopper landed abruptly, caught on fire, and exploded. Fortunately, the pilot walked away uninjured. What about the cow, you might be wondering? Well, it too walked away, like a boss.
Hot damn! Ranchers catch beaver herding 150 cows on farm. You've heard of the horse whisperer, right? Now meet the cow whisperer, a beaver out in Saskatchewan, Canada, whom this herd of 150 young heifers appears to be absolutely enthralled by. On April 14th, a farming couple on a ranch out near Regina went to check on their cattle when they stumbled upon a strange phenomenon of sorts. The cattle crowding around a beaver, eyes fixed on his every move and following him as if he were some kind of grand leader. Every time the beaver took a few steps forward, the curious cows were right behind him, but made sure to give their new emperor his space. It's unclear what the beaver was whispering to the cows, given that they live on a beef ranch. Maybe he was trying to lead them to an escape route? Whatever was going on, the ranchers say it was possibly the most Canadian thing they've ever seen happen out there.
The sky is falling! The sky is falling! A piece of it just hit me overhead!
Well, maybe not the sky, but a cow did. A cow in Brazil somehow managed to escape from a nearby farm and wander away, happening across João Souza's humble home along a hillside. When the cow stepped onto the corrugated roof, it gave way under its 1.5-ton weight. The cow dropped a distance of about 8 feet right on top of Souza's body. Souza was rushed to hospital with a broken leg and internal injuries, but reportedly spent too long waiting for treatment and tragically died. His brother-in-law said he didn't think it was the cow that killed Souza, but rather the unacceptable time he spent waiting to be examined. No word as to what happened to the cow or what it was trying to do up on that roof.
Drunk driving mom with kids in her car plows down 2 cows. 29-year-old Arizona mother, Tori Dawn McKinney, was arrested for driving drunk with 3 kids in her car, and to top it off, striking 2 cows along the road on Friday night. Here's how authorities say it happened. McKinney admitted to police that she drank 2 beers earlier that night. She was driving in a dark-colored truck with her 3 kids along Stockton Hill Road when she had an encounter she could not have expected. When Mojave County Sheriff's officers found her vehicle, the 3 youngsters inside the truck told them Mommy had slammed into not 1, but 2 cows. McKinney next took a field sobriety test and was arrested for aggravated DUI and driving with a suspended license.
A plane carrying 110 passengers skidded off the runway after hitting a cow at an airport in Gorontalo, Indonesia on August 6th. 3 cows were wandering on the runway when the plane was landing. One of them appeared to be confused by the lights and...
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
The cow was pronounced dead at the scene. None of the passengers were seriously injured.